Hello everyone, this is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne, and I'll bring you a video tonight titled, How Simping Destroys Your Self-Development as a Man. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Everyone who's ordered, your copies are on the way. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me up the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. But let's get right to it. How simping destroys your self-development as a man. Simping is nothing more than not having a full awareness of yourself and what you deserve. Simping means that you do not have a boundary because you don't have an identity and a full understanding of yourself as a man. If you don't have a boundary, you don't have a side. And if you don't have a side, that means that you can overextend yourself and go too far to other women's side and other things that life has to offer you in terms of their side. So you have to fully understand yourself, and that's what this video is going to be about tonight, because when you fully understand yourself, you understand everything that you deserve, and naturally you have a side that you would never bypass. Because simping is nothing more than an acceptance of inferior life experiences. An acceptance of inferior life experiences. The life experiences are inferior because you're overextending yourself, because you don't have an understanding and acceptance of yourself. That's why you're frustrated. Self-development begins when you acknowledge your frustration that burns internally in terms of you are having inferior life experiences. Self-development begins when you acknowledge and accept that you're having inferior life experiences. There are aspects of your life that you know you're supposed to be having a more fulfilled experience in, but yet and still you're overextending yourself and you're accepting inferior life experiences. That's really what simping comes down to. That's really what simping comes down to. And I want to take it to the word tonight, man. Reverend Horne isn't going to go too deep, but Reverend Horne is here. We're going to go to Jeremiah 1 verses 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Now, what this verse suggests is that before you showed up here to earth, God had a conversation with you. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. If he knew you, and before he formed you in the belly and he sent you here to earth, he knew everything you were supposed to fulfill and accomplish while you were here. That's why you're frustrated. Because the things that you're supposed to fulfill and accomplish, you're not doing those things. And there's the opportunity to do those things while you're here because you're still breathing. And that's why you have frustration. You're frustrated because you're having inferior experiences. You're not having experiences aligned with the exact experiences that you're supposed to have. That's why he says, I ordained thee a prophet into the nations, meaning that you're supposed to make some deposits. There are deposits that you had a conversation with God with before you showed up here. You agreed to make deposits. The purpose of life is to reconnect to the agreements that you made before you showed up here. That's when you're fulfilled. And if you're not fulfilled, you're frustrated. And so you have to acknowledge the frustration that you have and allow that to be a catalyst to get on the road to self-development. Self-development means that I've identified every area of my life that I'm not fulfilled in, that I'm frustrated in. And the frustration is the eternal you, the true you, the spiritual you, letting you know you're having an inferior experience. You've been accepting inferior offerings. And so you have to pay attention to the areas of your life that you're frustrated in. Because once you pay attention to those things and you accept those areas of your life that you're frustrating in, you can learn how to develop yourself into a man that is going to have the experiences that you desire. When you have the experiences that you desire, now you're fulfilled and you're not frustrated. So Your development as a man is very important because once you fully develop, you acknowledge the frustration and you develop into a man that can have fulfilling experiences in every area of your life where you're frustrated. Now you begin to have a full understanding of yourself because you begin to do the work to develop yourself into a man that can have those full experiences. Frustration is eternity communicating with you to develop yourself. Simping is going too far to a person's side and accepting inferior experiences. That's what simping is. That's why, men who don't have a full awareness of themselves and don't understand what they deserve and they accept anything that's not in accordance with what they really desire, they're called simps. When a woman can say, oh, you have to give me this to get into my space. You have to do this. That's why simps are always frustrated because they know that they're giving too much of themselves, but they don't have a full awareness of themselves, so they accept the invitation for an inferior experience. That's a simp. But we were not created to be simps. We were created to have a full awareness of ourselves, a full understanding of ourselves, and give the best of ourselves so that life can give us the best experiences that we're supposed to have. And when we have those best experiences by virtue of becoming our best selves, now we're called to the nations. Called to the nations means I'm giving the very best. I'm giving the exact deposits that I'm supposed to deposit into this world. We're all here for each other. We're all here for each other. So when you develop yourself, life begins to give you better returns. These better returns are a representation of you being fulfilled. Because when you're giving your best, now life begins to acknowledge that you've ascended into your best and life begins to offer you your best. That's how a woman can tell you, oh, I need you to do this to get at me. I need you to, make this sacrifice. I need you to do this and that. And it doesn't feel right when you've developed yourself and you came to a place that you understand what you deserve. You are susceptible to inferior offerings from life and from women when you do not develop yourself and you don't understand what you deserve. That's the escape from the matrix. See, the world is always offering you inferior experiences. The world does not want you to have a full understanding of who you are. But you have the full understanding of who you are when you can pay attention to your frustrations. Your frustrations are eternity telling you that you deserve more. And your frustrations are the catalyst to get you in shape and get you in line so you can begin to make improvements. It's not an automatic that you're just going to fulfill your purpose and your destiny in life. It's not an automatic. But the frustrations are a catalyst to show you the areas of your life that you need to improve in, to have the exact experiences that you're supposed to have so that you can have fulfillment. That's why you have to pay very close attention to your frustrations. And you can make some improvements, but until you fully accept what life is showing you about yourself, once you make improvements, you're going to be frustrated. There's no point in improving as a man and consequently still accepting inferior experiences. That's why you're frustrated. But when you improve as a man, and now life is showing you that you deserve more because life is offering you more, now you have a line that's drawn. You have a side. And you don't settle for anything less than a match. That's what self-development is for, is understanding everything for you that is a match. No woman can take you off your square. No inferior offering from life from the world can take you off your square. Because life is what you were sent here to live. So once you do the work and you reconnect to the promises and the agreements that you made before you ever showed up here, now life offers you experiences congruent with your development, and now you're fulfilled. You have to run away from that frustration. And you run away from the frustration by running towards the frustration and acknowledging that there are areas of your life that you need to improve in. And once you improve in those areas and life begins to show you who you are by offering you more, Now you've run away from the frustration, but first you had to run towards it. That's why simps are always frustrated. That's why simps always are accepting inferior offerings from women. Because that simp doesn't have a full awareness of who he is. See, the thing about a man who has an identity, who's self-developed, he has boundaries and he cannot be played with. That's the beautiful thing about self-development. It means that you come to a full awareness of who you are. You don't understand who you are until you push the boundaries of your self-development. And when you push the boundaries of your self-development, you have a full understanding of who you are. You have natural things that are ingrained in you that you desire. You have gifts, you have talents, you have abilities, you have a purpose, and you have dreams. They're all congruent, they all bounce off of each other. And when you acknowledge those things, now you understand the blueprint that you agreed to before you ever showed up here. A fulfilling life is an understanding of your blueprint. Every man on earth, every person on earth has a unique blueprint. Simping is moving away from experiences that align with your blueprint. Frustration is guiding you to your blueprint. Your impact on the world is contingent upon you accepting your blueprint. Your frustrations are showing you your blueprint. Where do you need to improve? Where are you frustrated? Where are you having inferior experiences? And you can't even make sense of it all until you fully develop yourself. Until you make sense of it all and you don't have a full understanding of yourself, that's where the frustration comes in. But frustration is a positive catalyst to take you to who you're supposed to be. But you have to pay attention to the areas of your life that you're frustrated. Because that's your purpose, your destiny, and your calling, and your maximum impactfulness is calling your name. Where do you need to improve? And that's why I say simping. It goes against your self-development as a man. It destroys it. Because it doesn't profit you to improve and not pay attention to what life is showing you about yourself. Because when you improve and you understand that you're having improved offerings from life, now you have a full awareness of yourself. You evolve and you accept the man that you've evolved into. So every woman is in full recognition of who you are that remains in your space. And it's not a lot of thought that goes into that, because once you develop into your true self and you accept what life is showing you about yourself, you have an exact understanding of yourself. It means you are intolerable of inferior offerings and experiences, not just from women, but in life in general. Accepting who you are, improving, acknowledging and accepting your frustration, that means that every experience that you have is going to be exact. Exact means fulfilling. So there's no woman that can come into your life and offer you an inferior experience and you accept it once you fully understand the magnitude of man that you are. And you don't accept that magnitude until you fully develop into your true self, until you've paid attention to your frustrations, until you've accepted the work that you have to do on yourself to catch up to yourself. Frustration is an opportunity to catch up to yourself. What I mean by catch up to yourself, become the person you were designed to be, your blueprint. That's what the frustrations that life is offering you are attempting to do, to get you in a place to fully understand who you are. And you fully understand who you are when you push the boundaries of your self-development. There's work in becoming the person that you were designed to be before you showed up here. There's work. When you accept the work, you exact the work, you do the work, and then you become a new man. And you're not a new man, you're just a man that's escaping from the man that was sold to you by the world. The world needs you to be inferior so that you can be controlled. Just as a simp needs an inferior perception of himself so he can be controlled, manipulated, extorted, and disrespected. But once you escape that, Now your world is balanced. You cannot be controlled. You cannot be sold something that's other than who you are. You cannot be sold an identity that's contrary to the identity that you fully have inhaled concerning who you are. This is very important. A little bit of a departure from what I may talk about on a normal, but it's all relative. It's you. And if you're going to become the optimal man that you were designed to be, you have to pay attention to those frustrations. That means that once you fully accept those frustrations and you do the work that the frustration indicates that you need to do, now you are a full man and full awareness of himself, and you're having exact experiences. You're making impacts on this world. That's why he says, I called you to be a prophet to the nations. Every man has an exact impact that he's supposed to make on this world. Every man has exact experiences that he's supposed to have that represent his fulfillment. And so when you become your true self, you're no longer frustrated. Life, the world, women, anyone can offer you an inferior experience, but you don't accept it when you have a full awareness of yourself, and life has already shown you what you deserve. So there's no frustration in that. Frustration guides you to a place that you no longer have to experience frustration. You can't be played with, from the world, from women, anything like that. You can't be played with because you have a full understanding of who you are. People around you will say, why did you let that opportunity go? Oh, that girl, she was saying the right things. Oh, that job represented, you having a little bit more money. But you understand what you deserve because life is speaking to you in accordance with the man that you've become. So the basis of this video is that you have to become. If you want to push the full boundaries of your self-development and have a full understanding of yourself, you have to become. And you become by negating and pushing away inferior experiences and having a balanced understanding of yourself and having balanced experiences in life. Meaning that you're only accepting an invitation for experiences that are congruent and that are a representation of who you are as a man. I've said enough. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Bringing you a video tonight talking about how simping destroys your self-development as a man. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. And I hear you in the comments. Every day you all are asking me to talk about certain things, certain topics. I will do that. You make a donation of $150 or more to my PayPal or my Cash App information that's in my video description, and I will take your video and it'll be on my channel in 24 hours or less. There's a note feature on PayPal and Cash App. Make a donation of $150 or more, and then leave a note in terms of the title of the video that you want me to make. It will be on my channel in 24 hours or less. If your topic is more nuanced than just leaving a note on PayPal or Cash App, you still make your donation of $150 or more to my PayPal or Cash App. You bypass the note feature, and you email me at matt@matthewchorne.com with your more nuance and your more in-depth description of what you want me to make your video on, and the same thing happens. Your video is on your topic, your video is on my channel in 24 hours or less. If my message has been impactful, I want you to make a donation to my PayPal and my Cash App that's in my video description. I'll never tell you what to donate. Donate according to how you've been impacted by this message. I was commissioned to give you this message, and I hope that you received it. Make your donations accordingly in terms of how you've been impacted. Also, if you're in need of coaching, if you've been having inferior experiences in the dating space, then I want you to email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. Something inside you is telling you that there's better for you. You email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. You leave coaching in the subject matter of the email. You leave your name, your phone number, and whatever issues that you're facing in the dating space in the body of the email. Then I will read it, and I'll respond to you promptly with the terms of the coaching. And once you accept the terms, we'll set a day and time and the coaching will commence. Very easy, very streamlined. I'm still looking to fill the remaining slots of the 5 individuals who want to take a year-long coaching journey with me. If you've been impacted by my message, then you naturally understand you give me a year of your life is never going to be the same. This year-long coaching journey is comprised of a minimum of 3 coaching calls per week. And I'm also going to meet up with you wherever you are in the world, because I coach individuals all over the world. We'll meet up at least one time after I've coached you and I'm confident that you're making progress. And we'll meet up and then I can observe you in person. We can go out together and I can make sure that you have a personal assessment in person that's going to help you to become your optimal self. In conjunction with the 3 coaching calls per week, there's going to be some life coaching integrated into this, because you have to become a particular type of man to grace the stages that your instincts and your true self are telling you that you're supposed to grace. Understand that life, the fulfillment of life, is based on you reconnecting to your true self. I'm here to be the catalyst to help you to do so. If you're interested in my year-long coaching journey, then I want you to email me at matthewchorne.com. Leave mentorship in the subject matter of the email. Leave your name, your phone number. Tell me a little bit about yourself, where you are right now, and where you want to be. I'll do an assessment and I'll call you, and we'll determine if we're a good fit to work with one another over the course of a year. You give me 1 year of your life, it's never going to be the same. Lastly, my dating coaching community on a school platform. In this community, I give you 2 exclusive videos every week that are not on YouTube. And every video that I make in the community has been archived. So you can look at the full archive. Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a Zoom call. I introduce a topic, I do a monologue, we discuss the topic. And then the remainder of that hour, you get to ask me anything that you want to ask me every Monday for an entire hour. I'm your dating coach once a week. There's nothing like this community that I've built. You're going to fully enjoy it. Every Zoom call is archived, and like I said, every video is archived. We communicate within the community during the week, and it's an amazing space for personal growth. Every man that's in the community has been growing, and I'm very proud of everyone who signed up, man. Thank you to everyone who signed up if you're listening to this video. But that's about it, man. That's everything that I can offer you. I hope that this video has been an offering to you. I hope it's been an inspiration, and I hope it's been an awakening to your true self, that you can get on the road to your self-development so that you can get everything that life has to offer you. Pay attention when you improve to the new offerings that life is offering you, so that that is a catalyst for you to not accept inferior offerings, not just from women, but from life in general. Simping always goes against your true identity, your masculinity, your highest ascension as a man. Simping is just overextending. You'll never overextend yourself if you have a full awareness of yourself. And if you have a full awareness of yourself, your life will be completely balanced. Balanced experiences translate to optimal fulfillment. What is optimal fulfillment? The absence of frustration. I see you all soon.